Okay, this is going to walk you through another example of a division problem. And so we'll set it up and then we'll find the quotient together. So the first thing, the box is already made for us. And if you notice, there are 3 vertical lines because our exponent, our highest exponent, is 3. So we're going to take our dividend and we're going to line it up down here. But what I want you to notice that's different is that this goes from x cubed to an x term. So really, it's missing a squared term. So I'm going to write it in here because we need it to be a placeholder, and we're going to put a 0 in front. So it's going to be x cubed plus 0x squared minus 4x plus 16. Now, if you don't put the placeholder there and we try to do the subtraction with our diagonals, you don't end up having like terms and you can't do it. So I'm going to take this dividend here. I'm going to write it down here. I'm going to line it up. So I've got x cubed plus 0x squared minus 4x plus 16. All right, that's my dividend. I've got my divisor. So x plus 3, I'm going to write over here. All right, and our boxes are numbered. So I'm going to start with box number 1. And this first term, x cubed, goes in box number 1. So we're ready to go now. So we need to figure out, what do I multiply x by to get x cubed? Because remember, our rows and our columns are multiplied. So if I have 1 x here, I need 2 more to get x cubed. So you notice I filled in box number 2. So now I'm going to go and fill in box number 3, and I can do that because I can multiply my row and my column. So 3 times x squared. All right, so now hopefully what you're noticing is that I've got this diagonal here, and they're all x squareds. So if we had not put that placeholder there, it would have been the negative 4x, and those would not have been like terms. So I've got 0 minus 3x squared. So 0 minus 3x squared is negative 3x squared. So I filled in box number 4. So now I'm going to go box number 5, and I'm going to repeat this process over again. What do I multiply x by to get negative 3x squared? Well, I'm going to need a negative 3. I already have 1x. I'm going to need 1 more. Okay, so that's box number 5. Now, again, repeating the process, I'm going to multiply this row times this column. Negative 3x times 3 is negative 9x. And now we're going to try to fill in box number 7. And the way we're going to do that is with this diagonal. So this time we're subtracting. We've got negative 4 minus negative 9. So be careful with those when you put them in the calculator. Negative 4 minus negative 9 actually gives us a positive 5x. So that's box 7. And then I'm going to jump up here to box 8. Again, I'm asking myself the question, what did I multiply x by to get 5x? And that's going to be 5. And I'm going to jump down to box 9. 5 times 3 is 15. Now, we've mentioned before, these two should be the same number if your divisor went in evenly or if it was a factor. Well, in this case, it's not. They're not the exact same number, which means I have a remainder. So we're going to do the same operation we did with those other diagonals. We're still going to subtract. So 16 minus 15 gives me a remainder of 1. So I actually have my whole answer here now, which is called a quotient. And that answer is coming from up here. Our quotient is actually up here. It's these terms that we found on the top. So when I write that, I've got x squared minus 3x plus 5. But remember, I have that remainder, and this one happens to be positive. So plus 1. And we put it over the original divisor. So x plus 3. So that is our quotient when we divided this dividend by this divisor, we got this answer, which happens to be called a quotient. And that's how you divide polynomials, with a missing term.